Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back. Thank you for coming back. If you are new here, what up? So today we're going to be talking about Sorath'rim, the mythic earth warrior of the Celestial Rift season. He is quite beautiful. He does have like this giant horn on his face, which is kind of like distracting when you fly him. But anyway, let's talk about the spell kit. First things first, we have Celestial Protection. It is a white, 1 rage spell. It alternates between Endure Evil and Cleansing Burst. And while you alternate, each cast restores 1 rage and 18% base HP. It has a 4-second cooldown. Basically what this is a passive spell, kind of. Each time you alternate between the Endure Evil and Cleansing Burst spell, you basically just get 1 rage back and you heal a little bit. The 1 rage for 1 rage means that the spell is free to use, quote unquote, as long as you have 1 rage in reserve to just keep that spell kind of going. The first spell in the cycle spell kit is Endure Evil. It is a white, 1 rage, dodge all incoming attacks for 3 seconds, and you damage nearby towers for 2% of your HP each second. The next spell in the cycle is Cleansing Burst. It is a white, 1 rage spell. You deal 6% HP as damage. You freeze the towers for a second, and then the affected towers take 35% increased damage. It has a 1-second duration and then a 3-second cooldown. The next spell is Glorious Charge. It is the only colored spell on the kit. It is blue, 1 rage. You cloak and you jump forward. It has a 12-second cooldown, so be careful using it because it is quite large. To me, it's just like a get out of jail free card. You tap it, you jump forward, and you avoid some super shots and stuff. The next spell we have is Lay Waste. It is a white, 1 rage spell. You gain a 100% shield for 3 seconds, and it explodes for 10% HP as damage after a duration, or it takes enough damage. And then lastly, we have Divine Judgment, which is a white, 1 rage spell. 350% increased breath damage for 3 seconds. I don't believe this has a cooldown, and if it does, it's not very significant. So let's jump into the pros really quickly. We have so many ways to avoid damage altogether, from freezing to dodging to a shield to a cloak type spell. There are just so many ways to get away from damage with this guy, which is his main kind of spell play. You just want to avoid damage altogether. There are only a few little windows of opportunity for people to actually hit you, which is quite nice. The other thing that it has is a huge breath damage amp to cut through the towers really, really quickly. 350% breath damage is quite large, so you can get through some problem towers. It has a freeze and it has a dodge for super shots and mage drain islands. You can just dodge them, you can freeze them, and the spell is free to use, so you're not wasting anything. It has a large explosive shield that when it does damage, it takes enough damage and then it explodes. It has a very large radius, so you can really get towers behind you, in front of you, all together. And then it has a 35% tower debuff, so when you use that freeze spell, you do amp up your damage that way too. The cons: there is no way to gain rage. The free spell gives you 1 rage for 1 rage, meaning that the spell is technically free to use as long as you have 1 rage in your kit, just kind of hanging out there for that 1 spell to keep it going. There is no net gain on the rage, so it's not like a rage gain spell. The heal is based on based HP, meaning that it's borderline useless. You just do not heal for much. And then the more HP that you have, the less that you'll heal for. So you're essentially punished for having good gear and like a good rider and runes, because the more you ramp up the HP, which is needed to deal more damage with your spells, the less you're going to heal for. So that kind of sucks. It's the same thing that Ikaros has, where there's not enough heal going on to keep your dragon going. The next thing is, even with the 350% damage amp, it's still not enough to cut through towers defended. It's very easily countered with good hammer placement and good hammer timing. I found that, like, especially if I'm hitting a Earth Flak or a Cosmic Orrery, something with a lot of HP, it's just... It's like I'm throwing matches at it. It doesn't do anything. They can easily just hammer back up. And it kind of sucks, because you would think like 350% of a damage amp, that's quite a substantial number, and it just isn't. And then the Glorious Charge is basically a waste of rage in most cases. It isn't really a useful spell in the spell kit. I really just use it as like an, oh no, I'm gonna die kind of thing. And it really just prolongs the inevitable. You avoid the super shots and stuff, and then you jump forward but it costs 1 rage, and the spell kit is already so rage reliant with having to keep up the breath damage amp, and then the shield, and then you have to keep that 1 rage in reserve for the dodge and the freeze spell. And there's no way to gain rage back. So it's really hard to keep things going and then like use that spell on top of everything. Overall, unless he is changed, tweaked, or buffed, I can't really recommend Sora. And as painful as that is, I do really enjoy flying it. It was a lot of fun. It is a warrior with a lot of spell management and timing, meaning that you have to have a little bit of skill to do well with it. It has a lot going for it. It really does. The only real downfall is that it can't do enough damage and it can't heal. If it were given the ability to either get down the towers faster or alternatively heal itself for a lot more than it can right now, it would be a great warrior. Honestly, I would probably get it and I would enjoy it because out of all of the dragons this season, it was probably my favorite one to fly so far. I really did have a lot of fun with it. I had a lot of fun flying defended bases like that. I got my friends to defend so that I could try to get content. I had way more fun with it than any of the dragons, which makes me sad because I really wish that he was more useful. The blue spell jump forward thing is useless if you're in a pinch, unless you're in a pinch. And the dragon requires a decent amount of rage to keep going with no way to gain it. Using an unnecessary spell is costly to your run. I still agree with that. And I talked a little bit about that during the cons. Basically, I don't even touch the spell. When I'm running the dragon, it's not even there for me. Unless I'm between islands trying to be fast in Atlas, or again, I'm about to die and I just panic tap it. It's really just a waste of rage in my opinion. And I don't think it really benefits the dragon or gives it much in terms of like viability. Hopefully they change it. I'm crossing my fingers and my toes because I had so much fun flying it. And that's kind of weird for me because for a long time I was all about hunters, but more recently I've decided that just for me personally, I don't want to base what I enjoy flying. It's a game. It should be fun. I don't want to base it on classes. So if I don't like a hunter, I'm not going to get it. If I don't like a sorcerer, I'm not going to get it. I'm going to go dragon by dragon. If I like the dragon, I'm going to get it and I'm going to fly it and I'm going to have fun and enjoy it. And if I don't like it, I'm not going to force myself to like it just because it's good for other people. I think that's a thing that I got myself in a rut over with flying something that I hated, especially with Calivore. I hated Calivore. I did not enjoy the play pattern. I did not enjoy flying the dragon. It put me in such a rut that I just wanted to quit at some points because it was the only dragon that I had in my roster that was usable on max bases, and it wasn't fun for me. I hated flying. Now that I have Quasar and Phasma and honestly Azuri, I've been having fun with that one too. I just feel like I should fly what I like. And I think everyone should do that. So if you want to fly what you like and you like this dragon, get it, go for it. Personally, if they change it, I will probably get Sorath'rim over Zul just because I had more fun flying Sorath'rim than I did like flying Zul. Anyway, I'm going on a rant. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world. And I will see you in my next video and my next live stream. It should be Sunday, which is tomorrow if you're watching this when I post the video. 10 a.m. Central Time. I don't know what that is at this current moment because I just woke up in other time zones. But anyway, have a great day or night. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, bye!